It's Catober time once again. My name's Dare, welcome to my channel, and welcome back if you saw the last episode. You don't need to see that one in order to understand this one, but you can go ahead and check it out if you want. The first prompt is cosplay. Cosplays are so freaking cool. You have such dedication and talent. Sewing is difficult, and making props is difficult, and trying to get everything to look how you want it is really hard. I once tried to make a mushroom cosplay, and that was kind of the end of my costume making endeavors. Maybe I'll try it again in the future, but that likelihood is quite low. Anyway, so when it comes to cosplay, there's loads and loads and loads of characters that you can choose from, but I guess I had just recently seen a picture of Hatsune Miku or something, or maybe that was the time that a character that was frequently being memed as Hatsune Miku came out on one of my video games, and she's a very recognizable character, so I figured that would work. I have very little idea about who she is at all, besides that she's like a VTuber but for music. I'm probably more than a bit wrong, but she is very iconic on the internet at the very least. And I hope this design reflects hers. The next prompt is Ghost, and some of these designs take me a lot longer to come up with than others, but this one, oh boy, this one was so clear in my head when I read it that I was terrified it wouldn't come out right. And that image was this ethereal bluish cat with its limbs and body all half separated but flowing into each other with pockets and whatever, I don't know, with the parts of its body that can move around. It's not fully transparent, so there are some parts of the body that aren't. Anyway, I think I captured the idea of it pretty well, and when I was coloring in this drawing, I kind of got distracted by all of the different texture brushes that I have on Clip Studio. I had a habit of downloading a bunch of brushes and then not using them and then forgetting about them and then finding them later. I was like, oh hey, what is this thing? Oh, that's what it does. But that's not the point of this drawing, so get to airbrushing. That gave the ghost cat a more transparent look, and with the background in place, it looks really good, and there, ghost cat. Now the next prompt was very restrictive on the creativity aspect because it's a lucky cat, and I don't know if you know this, but these things are frickin' everywhere in tourist shops in Chinatowns in America. So I had to stick with the correct color palette to stay on theme. And a little history. So when I was coming up for the design for this, I was kind of wondering, hey, where did this even come from? Is there folklore around it? And there is, but not in China. In Japan, these cats are called maneki neko, and they have several different stories. But then they started being sold as figurines, and over here in America, they're almost exclusively in Chinese restaurants and in Chinatown tourist shops. In the folklore, these are welcome cats instead of lucky cats. They beckon you forward into wherever they are, which is why in Chinese restaurants, they're at the front door instead of just strewn about the place to bring luck all over the place. I don't know. When I saw these as a kid going to Chinese restaurants, I wasn't aware that this was a Japanese cultural thing. I thought it was Chinese because that's where I saw it. And that phenomenon isn't just limited to me. I wonder what caused that mix-up, because China and Japan have very different cultures, even if there are some similarities. But anyway, I hope that was an interesting story to you guys. The next prompt is music, and I love music. I was in choir in elementary and middle school, and I was in band in middle school, so I did a lot of music when I was young. And I've always loved the idea of music as magic or superpowers or whatever. The concept is really cool to me, and you could do some really cool special effects about it. I'm pretty sure there's an X-Men character whose mutation is music related, but anyway. So with this one, I made it of the cat is playing with the music notes itself, and so I put a lot of fun colors in it because fun colors show kind of where the music is, because music isn't visible unless you have synesthesia. I added colors so you could kind of see a little more of what's going on. And this cat, and the cat that I drew of this, is playing the music. Get it? Because it's playing with the music notes? Whatever. And the last prompt for today is robot. And I love the kind of cyberpunk aesthetic and that color palette. One of the things that makes robots robotics is symmetry. This symmetry is perfect, unlike more organic beings like, humans or cats. So in order to get that perfect symmetry, I only drew half of the cat and then flipped it, which is the thing that's really easy in digital art, but really difficult in traditional. I love the color palette of cyberpunk art. The blues and the magenta purples, all of those like vibrant colors are really pretty. So I added them to this robot, and I had to add some glowing details, of course, because that's futuristic and cool. Alright, that's the end of the art, and these are the final pieces. I think my favorites of this round is going to be the cosplay cat and the robot cat. They're just precious. If you have any ideas for names for these cats, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and there's more to come. So if you want to see the next video in this series, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you later.